Hello, and thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Soraya Marshall Wright with the Autonomy Group. This month is Senior Independence Month, so we bring you this series so that we can share helpful tips that are geared towards seniors but could technically be used by anyone. You may or may not be aware that at the Autonomy Group, we are an estate planning law firm, but we specialize in elder law and special needs planning. So it is near and dear to my heart to see individuals have things in order that will allow them to live their best lives and actually enjoy their golden years. We'll be sharing various tips with you throughout these series, but we are starting with some important legal tips. And today I have 5 tips to share with you. Tip number 1 is find a reputable elder law attorney. Elder law is a very intricate area of law, and there are lots of individuals out there who can do estate planning, but elder law is a little bit different in that it focuses a little bit more on long-term care planning and asset preservation. So finding an elder law attorney sometimes may be a little bit difficult. You may not know where to start. And there are 2 resources that I would like to share with you. One is the National Academy of Elder Law Attorneys, NALA, and the other one is Elder Law Answers. Both of these platforms not only provide resources and answers to common questions that seniors may have, but they also have a list of attorneys who are dedicated to practicing in this area and are focused on keeping up with their education in this space to best take care of their clients. So NALA and Elder Law Answers are 2 resources that you may use to find a reputable elder law attorney. Tip number 2 is have a comprehensive plan. A comprehensive plan is not just a basic will that tells where you want your assets to go after your passing, but it's a plan that factors in what you want done during your lifetime and how you want to be cared for as you age. A comprehensive plan would typically include a last will and testament, a durable power of attorney, a healthcare power of attorney, and a living will. Your last will and testament, of course, will appoint someone you trust to administer your estate and make sure that your final wishes are carried out, and also detail what you want to go to whom. A durable power of attorney, which I believe is one of the most important documents that everyone should have, would allow a trusted agent to make financial decisions for you. Now, this document could be very simple in that it only allows basic transactions, or it could be a lot more detailed to allow your agent to make long-term care plans for you, restructure your assets, and so on. The third document, a healthcare power of attorney, would allow a trusted individual to make medical decisions for you. And lastly, your living will would state what you want to happen if you are, God forbid, at a point of no return, whether or not you would want life-sustaining treatment or want to have a natural death. So a comprehensive plan is not just a plan that addresses what happens after your passing, but one that ensures that during your lifetime, you have a trusted person who can make decisions for you. Failing to have these things in place, and the reason why I said a durable power of attorney is one of the most important documents, in my opinion, is because if you don't have that in place, a loved one would have to go through a court process to be appointed as your guardian in order to have authority to do things on your behalf. So to the extent that you want to be ahead of that and be the one choosing your trusted individual and dictate what type of powers you want them to have, you definitely want to have a comprehensive plan. Tip number 3 is make sure the key players in your plan are well aware of where your documents are, have a pretty good understanding of what type of assets you have, and also have access to all of the things they need. It's great to have a document, but certainly if the person you've appointed as your agent doesn't know about it, it isn't going to help them. If you hide it in a safe place, but no one knows where to find it, it isn't going to help them. If they don't have access to your passwords, your bank accounts, your lock boxes, things of that nature, then they can't take action. So choose someone you trust, of course, and then make sure they have all the tools and all the access they need to carry out your business. Tip number 4, plan for long-term care early. I cannot stress this enough, but unfortunately, people usually don't think about their long-term care needs, especially if they're healthy. While you're living life and you're enjoying your golden years, you may not think of needing to go into a nursing home in the future, or you may not necessarily think of needing to have someone come to your home to care for you. The benefit of planning for long-term care early is that you will have much more flexibility. If you're scrambling at the last minute trying to plan for long-term care, your options may be limited. You may have to spend down all of your assets in a way that you don't want to so that you can get some assistance. Or you may have to bring someone into your home to care for you that you wouldn't have chosen otherwise. And most importantly, if you don't plan for it early, you may not have access to things like long-term care insurance. So the younger you are, the earlier it is, the more time you have in front of you, the better, because then you could sit down and create a great plan that will allow you to rest easy, knowing that your loved ones don't have to worry about much and your long-term care needs will be taken care of. Last and final tip, honestly, very, very important tip. Do not just start giving away assets, property, and money. Please, 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 please don't. A lot of times, I've heard children in particular say this, oh, I'm going to have my mom or dad, sign their house over to me and put it in my name. Or, oh, we think we might need to qualify for government benefits soon, so we're just going to start giving away all of our money thinking that we'll be good and we'll just be able to apply for something like Medicaid or another program. But doing something like that, trying to basically, I don't know, go around the corner and do your own thing can actually harm you more than it helps. And when you give away assets, property, and money without consulting with an elder law attorney, you could face penalties. And honestly, you may not qualify for the programs that you're trying to qualify for. So for the love of God, please, if you are considering transferring assets, giving away your money, giving away your house to your children or anyone else, make sure you consult a reputable elder law attorney first to ensure that doing that is not going to impact your future plans. So to recap, 5 tips. Tip number 1, have a comprehensive plan, one that addresses what you want to happen after your passing, and also appoint people that you trust to make medical and financial decisions for you during your lifetime. I'm sorry, that was tip number 2. Tip number 1 was finding a reputable elder law attorney. And you could use the 2 resources that I mentioned earlier, NALA, the National Academy of Elder Law Attorneys, and Elder Law Answers, to both get some resources and find reputable attorneys. Tip number 2, which I obviously thought was so important that I've got to mention it twice, have a comprehensive plan, one that dictates what you want to happen after your passing and also appoints trusted individuals to make financial and medical decisions for you. Tip number 3, making sure that those individuals actually have access and know where to find your documents and are generally aware of how you would want things to happen, because you don't want to just let someone manage all of your things blindly, not understanding truly how you would want things done. Tip number 4, definitely plan for long-term care needs early. The earlier you do that, the more likely you are to be able to get things like long-term care insurance. The easier it is to kind of restructure your assets for the purpose of qualifying for government benefits in the future. And of course, the easier you can rest knowing that your plan is already in place. Last but certainly not least, please do not give away any of your assets, money, or anything like that, thinking that it's going to help you qualify for any type of government assistance. Don't do it. Don't do it before talking to an elder law attorney, because it could harm you more than it could help you. I hope these tips helped, and I'll see you next time.